I have received 2 questions recently, and the first question was, where do you recommend traveling in Indonesia? And the second question is, or was, what are the best places to find decent women in Indonesia? Is it Bali? Is it Java? So I wanna answer these questions today. Real quick, answer to question number 1 is you can travel anywhere to Indonesia. It's a big country. I cannot go into all the details, but it's worth basically traveling everywhere. There's so many beautiful islands and places. And the answer to the second question is, decent women are also everywhere in Indonesia. Yeah? But since I am in Medan, and I also promised you to make a special Medan video, I will do this here today, and I want to talk about Medan. Is it okay to come here? Do I recommend to travel here? And also, is it does it make sense to date here? What about the women here in Medan? So I will talk about this today. And by the way, I'm here in Old Town Medan. It looks a little bit old. This is also what I will talk about a little bit later. But of course it's called Old Town because this was the Dutch quarter. As you can see, some buildings, this is like colonial style architecture. But let me give you some facts first about Medan. Medan is the largest city here on Sumatra Island. Approximately 3.5 million people are living here. Most of the folks here are Batak people. I also done video about these people. The Batak people are the dominant ethnicity here, together with the Javanese people. And you have around 65% Muslims and 25% Christian people here. So the Christian community is very strong here in Medan. You also have a large Chinese population. Chinese immigrants who already arrived, like the earliest ones arrived hundreds of years ago probably. And Medan is very famous for food. It's called the culinary heaven in Indonesia, or of Indonesia, because Medan is famous for its ethnic cuisines and street food and street hawker stalls and all that stuff. Yeah, so now the question is, do I recommend to travel to Medan? And I wanna be honest with you. There are nicer places in Indonesia. I would not recommend to come here as a first timer. Yeah? If you want to get a first good impression of Indonesia, then you don't want to come to Medan. I just say it as I see it. Yeah? The foreign tourists who come to Medan, and by the way, yeah, it's a little bit noisy, but that's the real Medan. I want to give you the real impression, just in case you want to start complaining, oh Marcel, your video is just too noisy. Yeah, it is maybe a little bit noisy and uncomfortable, I know, but this is Medan, so this is what you can expect. Yeah, it's noisy and other things. So yeah, most of the Western tourists who come to Medan actually just stop over here for 1 or 2 nights, because most of them, they are traveling further down to Lake Toba, the big volcano lake, very famous. But Medan, as you can, we are still in Old Town, by the way, and I actually like it. The old style colonial buildings here, but this road actually looks okay. But Medan is really overall, when I compare it to other Indonesian cities, I have to say it's really a rather run-down place, old, you know. There are a few shopping malls, that's it. There's really nothing special to see here, except you are in for authentic Indonesian, I don't know what, people, lifestyle, neighborhoods, food, then you can come here. But so if you expect like making or having a big sightseeing tour here, forget it. There are not many sites in Medan, And I arrived here in 2011, so 14 years ago when I started working here, and then I left in 2014. Now it's 2025, and I can tell you not much really has happened here in the city. Yes, again, they built some big shopping mall complexes and condo buildings and stuff, but this is a big city. And when you compare this city to Surabaya or to Jakarta, Medan loses. I don't know why that is. That's why I find it not such an attractive city. Also, what I hear from other Indonesian people, this is what my Indonesian friends are telling me. They say, or they claim that the Medan people are more rough people, rude, more straightforward. So, and this is what I can confirm actually, the vibe you get here when you come from other areas. When you come from Central Java to here, you can feel there is a different vibe in the city. It's a little more rough, I would say. This is just the mentality of the people. But also crime rate is high in the city, I hear from my friends, and especially the women don't feel comfortable here in the city because of high crime. That's what they say. So yeah, Medan is also among Indonesian people maybe not so popular. So let's talk about the women a little bit here. Question number 2, what are the best places to find decent women in Indonesia? Good news for you. We don't need to talk about the women actually. So Medan is full of decent, nice women. There is no problem with that. So when it comes to women, the women here in Medan are also, like everywhere in Indonesia, decent, nice, lovely, and I lived here, I dated here. I just have to pay attention to the traffic here, so because now we are leaving Old Town and we are coming into the more modern district, and it gets a little bit more noisy here, but anyway, we have to get through this now here. So I lived here. That was too noisy, I had to stop the video. So anyway, so I lived here, I dated here, and my ex-girlfriend, my previous girlfriend, is from Medan. The girl I had a very serious relationship with for a few years. I met her here, and so just for your information. But of course also here you experience language barrier problems, obviously, like anywhere else in Indonesia. Also Medan is not the Philippines. So, but this is anywhere you go in Indonesia. If you think just because Medan is a bigger city, therefore the English level is higher. No, it's not. I don't know, Medan is kind of a special case. Also, there are not really many foreigners here. So if you walk alone, if you walk around alone like I do, you yeah, you are a kind of an attraction to many local folks here, you know. But that was already when I was working here the case, you know. It hasn't changed much. People greet you, they say Mr. Mr. and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, so I will not go down further here because it's too noisy, but this is the modern city center here now. And yeah, the language barrier. So this is something you have to deal with in Indonesia. And regarding the dating, also in Medan, I still recommend using the dating sites. Yeah, the dating sites, especially for newbies. I still recommend dating sites because it is different in Indonesia than in the Philippines. Yeah, I also hear bad stories coming up now from certain dating sites also in Indonesia, but in general I would not recommend it if I would not be convinced that still the dating sites can be used. There are a lot of normal women on these dating sites here, who are interested to meet foreign men. So that's why this is also the place where you can find decent women. And women are everywhere here in Medan, in the malls, in the restaurants, in the markets, street food markets, bazaars. Even you can find them in the parks now because it became very popular here, at least in Medan. I see they also have parks, so people now they exercise in the morning hours and in the evening hours. That was not the case about 10 years ago. I think Indonesian, especially the youngsters, the younger people now get more health conscious and they started to exercise. They're using the parks, walking around, jogging around. Also many girls are there, you know. So but this is like everywhere in Indonesia. Women are everywhere. Yeah. So there is no shortage. There is you can find them anywhere. You can see them everywhere. Yeah. So regarding the woman, there is no issue. It's just the question: do you like the city? Yeah. Would you feel comfortable here? And that's basically the question for you. Okay. Because it is really, a tough place, okay, for some foreigners, okay. And some foreigners, they need other foreigners. They want to stay in a city where there is also an expat community. You don't have an expat community here. Yeah? This is very strange. I don't know why. When I worked here like 14 years ago, there were maybe 5 expats in the city. Can you believe this? But the girls are very friendly here also. They are curious, like in any other Indonesian city. But of course they are conservative also here, the girls. And I don't recommend cold approach. Forget about this nonsense. This Western style cold approach on the streets or in the mall. I would not recommend it. I never done this here. No need. You have to. The girls are shy, you know, and they are not used to foreigners also here, you know, because foreigners are barely here. So if you suddenly start to approach girls here, they get confused. They are shy. They don't know what to say. Their English is maybe not up to par, and then you just make them feel insecure. They get confused, and nothing will happen. So forget about that. You have to. That's why I recommend the dating sites, you know. And that, by the way, is my former hotel I worked for 3 years. The Ayaduta Hotel. There you go. There you have it. So in order to get in touch with the girls, you have to use a little more subtle strategy, you know, and you need patience, you need more time. If you just want to come here to hook up quickly in 3 days, forget it. You know, I lived here for 3 years, and that is actually the best scenario if you have time on your hand, and then also when you would work here, because then by nature you get in touch with women automatically, also with good women, you know. But of course, who of you is able to work in Indonesia? But I'm just saying, you know, so that's the situation in Medan. This is the scenario. It's basically also like in any other Indonesian city. Huh? The best case scenario is always if you actually are stationed here, you live here, you work here, you're retired here. You don't need to work for a company. Maybe you can work online or something like that. Have time on your hand and then take it slow and easy. So that's the thing with Medan. So conclusion for you guys is, but still come here, have a look. Don't expect too much in terms of tourism sites. They have one 5-star hotel in the city. It's the JW Marriott, and that's it. The other hotels are all local brands, 3-star, 4-star. So don't expect much sightseeing here. You can expect a lot of traffic, a lot of noise. What you see here right now on the video is standard for Medan. This is normal traffic here. This is nothing special here. So it's not a modern city, but at least the women are very nice here, really. And they're really, the women here, the girls here, they are really let's go here. Oh, you see there's one bule, one expat is here. Maybe it's a guest, he stays in the hotel here. So this is a very rare sight that you see a foreigner here. But I have to be careful because the floor is slippery. So anyway, the girls here, they are really nice and sweet. I like Medan girls a lot because I had very good experiences with these women. And like I said, one eventually became my long-term girlfriend, you know. And why we are not together anymore, that's a different story. Don't bother me with that, you know. I can maybe do a video if you want to hear the whole story. It's rather a roller coaster story. Actually, I can make a movie out of this relationship thing. It was not all that smooth, I can tell you, but you see, I try to find a more quiet place here, but it's impossible. I have to get used to Medan noise, you know. Again, the women are gorgeous here in Medan. We have a great mix of Chinese, the Chindos, Chinese Indonesians, the Batak girls, and all other ethnicities around in Medan. But you know, if it happens that you are a Christian Protestant, then I would recommend Medan, because again, in Medan, you know, there is a large Christian Protestant community. They also have Catholics here, but the majority of the Christians are Protestants, you know. And these girls, they just want to get married also to Protestant guys, you know. I go here for a moment. So there are plenty of Indonesian women here, Protestant women, Christian Protestants, who are, I would say, very interested to get in touch with foreign men, Christian foreigners. Absolutely. This is what I can tell you. This is my experience. But in order to get in touch with these women, you have to come here, or you have to work here, or you have to, you know, find them on online dating sites, you know. If this is important for you, maybe you are a hardcore Christian Protestant and you want to find a Protestant woman, then Medan is the place. The chances are way higher to find really, really good women here also. And last but not least, the English level actually has improved since the time I left. And I have to tell you, so this is the positive surprise. The other day I went into a really rough neighborhood because I was looking for a SIM card, and I found a phone shop. And this is an area where no expat, no tourist is really going, you know. And I went into this phone shop, and then there was a girl who spoke fluently English. Amazing! I was surprised. I didn't ask her where she studied English, but you see, and also in the shopping malls here, the ladies speak actually a little bit English. It's better now than 10 years ago, I can tell you that. So that has improved, but still, yeah, I don't expect the Indonesian girls here to be able to speak English like the Filipinas, okay? So with that being said, I'm checking out for today. Thanks for watching. I hope I could clarify a few things for you. I hope I could answer some questions. Hit me up if you have more questions. There's really not much more to say about Medan, or to show even, you know. I mean, really, that's how the city is, you know. Nothing really special. It's just a big, noisy, loud, dirty city. And this is not exaggerated. This is the same opinion many Indonesian people have who live here, and many want to get out. Many people move out from Medan, you know. And I know a couple of Indonesian girls. They come from here. They are married now to Western guys, and I mean, I can try to ask them whether they want to come back here and live here. No, I don't think so, you know. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm gonna see you in one of my next videos. Take care. Bye bye.